Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing some more quizzes, obviously, and I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I did want to do more president stuff, but I thought I'll wait a few weeks and maybe do that when all of this is blown over. I thought I'd do some science quizzes because as a child I really hated science. I don't know why, I just found it boring, which obviously makes no sense because science is really interesting, but it was just one of those things that I really didn't like. So anyway, today I thought I'd do part of this playlist called the Science Study Guide, and number one is famous biologists, so let's have a go. I haven't even really looked at it, so I don't think I'll do well, but I'll do it a couple times and see if I can remember things. Invented the polio vaccine. It wasn't, no, wait, was it? Is it Fleming? Who's the guy who, like, Alexander Fleming, right? Anyway, it wasn't him. He was the one who invented or found out about antibiotics, I think. Penicillin, that was what it was. I don't know about the vaccine. Okay. Documented American birds and created detailed illustrations featuring birds in their natural habitat. Darwin. Darwin's got to be on that. Okay. He was fully established that all species of life descended over time from a common ancestor. He was between 1809 and 1882. Wow. Okay, so he isn't that long ago, really. Only like 210 years ago. And he only died about 140 years ago. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Doing well so far. Created an early classification system for organisms. I have no idea. BC, I mean, God knows for BC. Contributed the theory of punctuated equilibrium. Contributed to the theory, is that what I was meant to say? Punctuated equilibrium, I still don't know what it is, but anyway. Researched alternative crops like peanuts and was an advocate for sustainable agriculture. Wow, I'm doing so well. I need to speed up a bit. Okay, I'm just gonna zap through them. Used X-ray diffraction to establish the double helix shape of DNA. Gosh, now there were a couple of Crick. Oh, Francis Crick Watson. No, Watson isn't on there. That was another woman, but I can't remember her name. Rosalind someone. Anyway, describe 4 criteria postulates that help show the relationship between a microbe and a disease. Bloody hell. Louis Pasteur, I know that one. Pasteur. Because that's where you get pasteurised milk. Popularised a gene-centred view of evolution and studied animal behaviour and its relation to natural selection. God knows. studied gorilla behaviour in their natural habitat. Came up with the word cell to describe the basic unit of living things. I think I'm gonna give up. Because I have no idea. Let's see if I actually know any of these. Rosalind Franklin, what did I say? It was a Rosalind. I knew it. Robert Koch. Oh, Mendel. I think I've heard of that, or maybe it's just I've heard of Mendeleev. Richard Dawkins. I didn't know he was a biologist. I thought he was like a philosopher. Oh god, I don't even know if I can be bothered to do that again because it's so niche, all of this. Let's see if I can. Amino acids by picture. Not sure about that one. Bloody hell. Okay, let's just go on to this guide and see if organic chemistry A to Z. No, we're not doing that. Jesus Christ. Get out quick. Periodic table. Okay. Now, in the first lockdown, now we're in the second lockdown now in England, but in the first lockdown back in March, April, May, I got a bit obsessed with doing the periodic table, and I can't say I'm any good at it now. I think I've lost it a bit. But I haven't done this in a while. In a long while. Last played 2nd of April. Okay, and I got 100%. I got 118 out of 118. No pressure. Yeah, I'm not going to do as well, obviously, but 15 minutes, let's have a go. So you've got hydrogen, helium, beryllium. That's number 4. What's number 3? Lithium, Nirvana song, boron, carbon, nitrogen, or maybe nitrogen's number 9 actually. I know it's oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium. I'm working along the line, as you can probably tell. Magnesium. Wow. Now is where I'm not gonna know any, so I'm just gonna go for it. Oh, that's weird that I picked 2 next to each other. Niobium. Nihonium. I love that one because it's named after Japan. I think that's so cool. Copernicium. I might be saying that wrong. Again, oh, they're next to each other. Organism. Let's try and get those. So iodine. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. So fluorine, iodine, tennessine. I love the ones named after places. I find it so cool. Yttrium, terbium. Now, this one town in Sweden called Ytterby has got yttrium, terbium, and ytterbium all named after it, which I thought was so cool. Protactinium, promethium, gallium, barium, cesium, francium, I just remember learning about the reactive elements in school, the alkali metals, and I thought they were really, like, I never liked chemistry at all, but I thought these were really interesting. And I remember the teacher showing us, like, what's the one in the middle? Rubidium. I think she was saying that, like, maybe it's rubidium was like really reactive, and then cesium and francium are just like insane, like bomb level reacting kind of thing. I don't know how if they've ever tested francium or cesium really. I can't remember, but scandium, gold, silver, lanthium or actinium, lanthanium. I can't remember. There's like actinium for the actinides and something else for the lanthanides. Like, that sounds similar, but I can't remember what it is. Curium. Thallium. All the transition metals I should get. I used to know those. Well, obviously I used to know all of them, but I've done zinc already. Gosh, this is bad. Like, it was only 7 months ago. Wow, that's a long time ago actually. Neon, argon, krypton. Tungsten. Xenon. What's that last one? I can't remember it. Right, elements beginning with fluorine, chlorine, done iodine, done tennessine. Vanadium. I've done thorium. Oh, I haven't done thorium. Chromium. Okay, beginning with B, you've got, I've done barium already, boron, I've done it. So beryllium, but I've already done it. Okay, actinium, argon, that's really poor. Titanium. Okay. Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium. Oh my lord. Why can't I think of any? Oh. Okay, let's go for Mendelevium. Try and think of ones that are named after people and places. Einsteinium. Oh, Einsteinium. Californium. Germanium. Praseodymium. Praseodymium. Such a crazy name. Lanthanum, that's what it is. Lanthanum. Rutherfordium. Sorry. Astatine. Arsenic. Okay, that was my A brain power. This is painful. This is really painful. Palladium. Yes. Just trying to think of Europium. There we go. And they're coming, but it's very slow. So halfway will be or more to be halfway. Gosh. I don't think I'm going to know anymore. Actually, I have no idea what I'm going on about. These are gases, so that can't be right, can it? It's not going to be scandium, who am I kidding? Lord. Gold. Oh my god. The Earth's crust is made up of. Let's read about it first. Maybe it's a better idea. Let's read a nice little. Okay. Crust describes the outermost shell of a terrestrial planet. Our planet's thin, 40-kilometre, 25-mile deep crust, which is 1% of Earth's mass, contains all known life in the universe. Wow. Earth has 3 layers: the crust, the mantle, and the core. The crust is made of solid rocks and minerals. Beneath the crust is the mantle, which is also mostly solid rocks and minerals, but punctuated by malleable areas of semi-solid magma. At the centre of the Earth is a hot, dense metal core. Earth's layers constantly interact with each other, and the crust and upper portion of the mantle are part of a single geologic unit called the lithosphere. The lithosphere's depth varies, and the Mohorovičić discontinuity, the MOHO, the boundary between the mantle and the crust, does not exist at a uniform depth. So I think that basically means that the crust and the mantle meet at different points below the Earth, so the MOHO is not a uniform depth. Okay. Isostasy describes the physical, chemical, and mechanical differences between the mantle and the crust that allow the crust to float on the more malleable mantle. Not all regions of the Earth are balanced in isostatic equilibrium. Isostatic equilibrium depends on the density and thickness of the crust and the dynamic forces at work in the mantle. Just as the depth of the crust varies, so does its temperature. The upper crust withstands ambient temperature of the ambient temperature of the atmosphere or ocean, hot in arid deserts and freezing in ocean trenches. Near the MOHO, the temperature of the crust ranges from 200 degrees Celsius to 400 degrees Celsius. Crafting the crust. Billions of years ago, the planetary blob that would become the Earth started out as a hot, viscous ball of rock. The heaviest material, mostly iron and nickel, sank to the centre of the new planet and became its core. The molten material that surrounded the core was the earthly mantle. Early mantle. Over millions of years, the mantle cooled. Water trapped inside minerals erupted with lava, a process called outgassing. As more water was outgassed, the mantle solidified. Materials that initially stayed in their liquid phase during this process, called incompatible elements, ultimately became Earth's brittle crust. From mud and clay to diamonds and coal, Earth's crust is composed of igneous, metamorphic and sedimentary rocks. The most abundant rocks in the crust are igneous, which are formed by the cooling of the magma. Earth's crust is rich in igneous rocks such as granite and basalt. Metamorphic rocks have undergone drastic changes due to heat and pressure. Slate and marble are familiar metamorphic rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed by the accumulation of material at Earth's surface. Sandstone and shale are sedimentary rocks. So, if I look up granite, I don't get it because what is granite made up of? What elements is it made up of? Chemical composition. Silicon. Oh, okay, right, let's have a go. Silicon. Okay, silicon. Aluminium. Potassium. Aluminum, potassium. Calcium, iron. Iron will be the top of it. Oh no, is that? Magnesium, titanium, phosphorus. Magnesium, titanium, phosphorus. No. Oxygen. Oh, it's oxygen. What's that last one then? Manganese. Interesting. So the Earth's crust is made mostly from, well, not mostly, but basalt. Formed from the rapid cooling of lager? Oh my gosh. 1 second remaining. Oh. I'm tired and I'm hungry. I'm not sure what that last one is going to be, to be honest. Let's see. Hydrogen, yeah. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So oxygen makes up nearly 50% of the Earth's crust. Silicon, just over a quarter of the Earth's crust. Aluminium makes up 8%, and iron 5%. Am I stupid, or why does oxygen make up? I guess it's just because it forms with other elements, but if it's a gas, then how can it make up something that's solid? But I think I'm being very silly there because, I don't know, probably lots of things where oxygen is not a gas because it's with something else. CO2 is gas. Wow. Okay, I'm silly. Okay, human bones, interesting. Definitely won't be able to do these. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna